Could be.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to our second town hall here that we've ever done. Hope you're all doing well tonight. I'm sorry for the few minutes of delay. My name is James Paxton. I'm the Speaker of the Legislature here in the state of San Andreas, one of the 5 representatives. And I'm going to just introduce folks as they come on the stage here with me. So I have first in line Mr. Endeavor Jackson. He's also one of our state representatives. He was elected with me 4 months ago now, Endeavor. It's so long ago. Time flies. And with me I also have Josh Ford. He's also a representative here in the state of San Andreas.
Greetings, everyone.
And Bex Lawson, who organizes this. Hello, Bex. Come on up. You'll probably want to stand like in the back. We're gonna not have enough space. Also here today we have Valentina Vespucci from the Public Defender's Office. The cup of coffee, very casual. Come on up. Dr. Webb from the San Andreas Medical Services and Dr. Wilson from Human Services.
What the fuck? Why?
We also have our Chief Justice, Mr. Drake Paxton. And if she wants to join us up on the stage, she's welcome to. Justice Elizabeth Williams. She's over there on the couch there if you've met her before. And Chevy Mason from the San Andreas Park Rangers. Come on up.
What the fuck?
I want to be up there.
And these are the folks from the government that are joining us for today's town hall. So thank you folks for coming out. I'm going to be relatively brief with my little spiel here. We do have a bunch of stuff going on in the state right now, so it's quite exciting. As you are probably aware, hopefully, if not, this will be a time to learn. We have been called into an election, so registration for the fall election will be happening until next Thursday. Then we go through a campaign, and then we go through an actual election the beginning of September. We're going to be doing things a little differently this time. We're going to be doing ranked choice voting, which is awesome. For those of you who know what ranked choice voting is, I don't know explain it to you, but for those of you who don't, basically you just you rank your candidates in order of preference, and if your top candidate doesn't get enough votes, your vote gets reallocated to the next line, next candidate in line. That way your vote always counts no matter what. Beyond the election call, we have passed a law for electioneering, which is basically the practices and rules around conducting a campaign. So those are contained within HR 030. If you're interested, it's in our legislative section. Since the last time we've talked, we have had quite a bit get done, but mostly been around the election and establishing a constitutional committee, which we've been full steam ahead on. We have another meeting this weekend, so we will try and keep you folks up to date on how the Constitution is going, but so far doing pretty well, just kind of hammering it out, and we are confident that we are going to get it done by the end of this term. At the very latest by the end of this term, so that we can have one in place for the beginning of the next term. Beyond that, we have a couple of bills waiting to get signed by the governor. We've had another couple of bills like the Government Pay and Salary Adjustment Act, which basically just upped the pay of most government employees. So that was good. And beyond that, we've had some code of law adjustments, which we do on a monthly or bi-monthly basis. So the way we'll Oh, Alan Nevis, you weren't at the site. Come on up, Alan. Sorry, you weren't in the little group of people, so I didn't see you. Sorry, Alan Nevis, everybody. This is our Attorney General. He's the one that gets to enforce that code of law update. Okay, so the way we'll run this conference is we'll do, everybody gets to speak. You know what, we'll just do questions at the end of every speaker very briefly, and then at the end, if anyone has any miscellaneous questions, they can ask them at that point. So if anybody has any questions for me on the election that's happening or anything that's happening within the legislature, or if you have any questions for any of our other representatives, now would be the time to say them. Just sort of say your name and then say what your question is so we know who you are.
Harry Kennedy with Weasel News.
Have we got no questions?
Sorry, hi.
Oh yes, hi Harry, how's it going? No, that's okay.
Quick question, what is legislature going to be doing to help better protect state representatives? Obviously we've had, certain situations over the past couple of months where state representatives have been attacked. Is there anything that's going to be done about that?
I mean, everybody in the city is ultimately responsible for their own safety. There was talk of doing a bill that increased the amount of sort of time and fine for attempted murder charges or kidnapping or any crimes against state representatives or government officials in general up to 2 times. We discussed as a group and didn't agree with them. Sort of majority of us didn't agree with that. In my personal opinion, I'm not worth 2 times any of you sitting out in the crowd. So that isn't likely something to pass. They also don't really have a budget to hire private security for all of us. But if anyone was interested in getting that subsidized, they just have to bring it forward as a bill to sort of get some petty cash to pay a security guard if they feel that their life is threatened and that they need one. So hopefully that answers your question. I mean, everybody is ultimately responsible for their own safety. We support law enforcement in their goals to reduce crime in the city, and will continue to do so. It's very unfortunate. Obviously, I don't want anything to happen to anybody, but these things do happen. Folks out in the crowd, it may have happened to you in the past. Something, let's say, less than savory. You know what I mean? You don't something you wouldn't want to go through again. It's very unfortunate, but it is the way it is, and we want to continue supporting law enforcement to bring the crime rate down in the city. So hopefully that answered your question.
Yeah, thank you.
Or something. Did we have any other questions for me or any of the other representatives before we move on here? Okay, so Mr. Valentino Vespucci, why don't you come on up for the Public Defender's Office?
Hi, I'm Valentino Vespucci. During our last town hall, thank you. During the last town hall, I was just appointed this position, and between then and now, we have received higher pay for our employees. The Lawyers and Judges app now shows rightfully all members of public defenders so that the police officers know to call us first. We've done 89 total cases this month. We've hired 6 new members into the Public Defender's Office, and we are full steam ahead for this next month. Anybody have any questions or any concerns with the Public Defender's Office at all? All right, no? Okay, thank you. Have a great day.
Sorry, it's going to be Dr. Webb from the San Andreas Medical Service. Come on up, Dr. Webb.
Howdy. I'm going to keep my brief and just kind of touch on the fact that we are still hiring. Unlike the law enforcement departments, we never stop hiring. All you need to do is go to the government website and apply. From pharmacists to security, we're hiring pretty much everything with a focus at the moment on nurses and security and EU-friendly doctors. So if you know anybody or know a friend who's waiting for any particular reason, we are still hiring always. Yeah, and I'd also like to recommend that if anyone hasn't done it, they come to the hospital and have their contact information updated with our receptionists, as that is very important information for us to have when treating you if something were to happen.
Do we have any questions for Dr. Webb? I have a question for you, Dr. Webb. So in addition to coming in and having our contact information updated, is a regular checkup something we can have done there, or do we have to speak to a GP type of thing?
Absolutely. As long as we have a doctor who is not currently hands deep in a patient, they can take you into one of the oscillation rooms and do a general physical to kind of gain information about your current health.
Excellent. I have to go get my annual done sometime, so thank you so much for answering.
Of course. Okay.
Thank you very much, Dr. Webb. Dr. Wilson from Human Services, you're a relatively new department. Come on up.
Hello, my name is Dr. Wilson. I'm the Director of Human Services. My department is aimed to help individuals that might need additional help in their daily lives. We do everything from helping the homeless to to helping people that have criminal records to leave a normal life, turn a new leaf, as it were. We also help people that need additional medical care. If you need to help keep up with appointments or anything like that. We also help people with psych conditions. If they have mental health conditions and they need case management, we do that. We help people find jobs, and we do all of that. We're also hiring right now. You can go to the government website under the medical tab. We're on the general area, and you can apply there. I can take questions now.
Harry, can I do a review?
Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Wilson. Who do we have next? Our Chief Justice, Mr. Drake Paxton. Come on up.
Hello, everyone.
You did fine.
So, just a quick update on, for July, we had 26 criminal cases that were heard or are currently being heard, 13 civil, 5 appellate cases, and 16 civil administration filings. We also have a jury trial. We're calling for jurors. If you've ever been interested in, having your voice heard and aren't running for, the election, or even if you are, come look at sign up and become a juror. It's going to be an exciting case, being presided over by our great Associate Justice Elizabeth Williams. And then also, if you've ever been interested in, the law, arguing, stuff like that, look into becoming a lawyer. We always need more lawyers, and it's honestly a great thing to do. Right.
Yeah.
And if anyone has any questions regarding the judiciary, you can go ahead and ask me.
Yes, my name is Zora Mora from CNT. If I wanted to be a juror, where would I sign up?
On the government website, under the judiciary, it's right there. It's a public call for jurors.
Okay.
Any other questions for our judiciary?
Are there any qualifications you have to meet to be a juror?
Yeah, there's certain qualifications. It's all listed on the actual the posting. Like, for example, if you're a lawyer already, that's one of the exclusions to becoming a juror, but they're all listed on that public posting.
Anything else?
Great.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chief Justice. From the Park Rangers, Miss Mason, Chevy Mason, come on up.
Yay! Woohoo!
Hi, everybody. Like this wonderful gentleman over here said, my name is Chevrolet Mason. I'm representing the Parks Department today. We are a relatively new department in the state, as most of you know, so I imagine some of you might have some questions, but I did want to go over a few high points here. So I think right now we have currently 25 Rangers on our roster, including 3 command. Several of them which are have just graduated academies. We've got new recruits that'll be in and out, and you'll see us around the parks. Generally, we do stick to the parks. We do come into the city sometimes, but if you need us, you can always call 311 as usual. We are opening applications back up in a couple of months. We're still interviewing some from the last round of applications because I think I got 91 applications. It was quite a bit that we're going through. But we are working on getting up and running. So if you have any questions or concerns, as always, you can come down to the Ranger Station and we'll be happy to help. Any questions?
I got a question.
Sure.
Are you guys going to start enforcing the laws as far as where you can hunt?
Well, we already are. So if you come up, so on the government website, and also if you come up to the Park Ranger Station, there is a hunting grounds map. And there are only certain areas that you're allowed to hunt in. There are other areas like the state parks, for example, that if you're caught hunting there, you will be considered poaching. You can be arrested for that. And also, if you're caught hunting in the city, local police enforcement can also arrest you. So if you need a refresher on like places that you are legally around to hunt, or if you need a hunting license, again, just come talk to us and we'll be happy to go through it with you.
I know where to hunt. It's just yeah, I've noticed a lot of illegal hunting lately.
Would you perhaps be interested in having a sidebar conversation with me after this, and we could talk about it in more
Certainly.
detail? Sure, that'd be great. What's your name?
Doug Graves.
Doug Graves. All right, yeah, we'll go over it and we'll see what's going on. Okay.
Certainly.
Also 311.
And as usual, 301's available. So, anyone else?
Thank you very much, Miss Mason. And our Attorney General, Mr. Alan Evis, come on up.
Hello, everybody. I was appointed as the acting Attorney General about 2 weeks ago now. Since then, we've hired a brand new District Attorney, Cole Gordon, very good at what he does, as well as about 4 or 5 new Assistant District Attorneys. So the department is very strong right now, lots of prosecutors for the state. And as
How many assistants does it need?
as of a few days ago, we are no longer hiring until further notice. We've also gained a new office building with sharing with the Department of Commerce and Labour. So if you need to find us anywhere, it's probably the place to find us, as well as on the Lawyers app. We are marked as DOJ, of course. But yeah, the DOJ is going very well right now. We're very strong. And yeah, I'll take any questions.
Harry Kennedy with Weasel News.
Sure.
Just got one question. Now, you said you were promoted to the role 2 weeks ago. Have there been any other shake-ups inside the department with people moving around in positions? Just because the government listing hasn't been updated since maybe June.
As I said, we did get a new district attorney, Cole Gordon, as well as a few new assistant district attorneys, but nothing other than that. I will work on updating that government listing, though I am aware it's quite outdated.
Proud of you, Alan.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Evis. Just because I think I may have glazed over them when I brought up Valentino, do any of our other reps have anything they want to say? Bex, Josh, Endeavor?
No, just excited to keep working for the state of San Andreas.
I do not have anything personally to say, except that I'm always available if you need anything. Thank you.
No, nothing much from me. Any issues or concerns, you always got my number in the app. Just give us a ring. I'll see what I can do for you.
Oh, sorry.
All right, thank you very much, folks. Well, with that, we will move to conclude this this town hall meeting. We will do one last round of questions at the end of this, just for anyone who has anything they want to ask. But thank you guys for coming out, you folks, for coming out, to our press and public that have interest in what the government has been up to in the past month. We do try and get as much information as we can out there, but an opportunity for you folks to come and ask any questions that you have is great. Make sure that in a month you exercise your democratic right to vote. Everybody should vote, so remember to do that. It's election season, so you're going to be inundated with tons of advertisements and posters and politicians sweet-talking your ear. But make sure, no matter what, at the end of the day, you go and exercise your right to vote. Beyond that, I don't have too much more to add, but we'll do questions for anybody up here. If anyone has anything, just say sort of your name, your question, and who it's directed at. Otherwise, we'll... Yes?
Yeah, my name is James Barber, and I see a lot of representatives up there, but I don't see any from BCSO or PD. Is there a reason for that?
Just unable to make it tonight, unfortunately.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Harry Kennedy, I've got 2 questions. I'm not sure who exactly to direct them.
Sure.
First one is how are we going to try and lower crime rates in the ganglands in the south? So, since our last town hall, there have been 7 fatal shootings in the south of the city. one only occurring maybe 12 hours ago. What can be done about it?
I wish that I could answer that question, because it's partially government, partially the folks in our government that enforce the law that would have an answer to that. But I know that our law enforcement are working as hard as they can to keep crime under control. I think that in the past, perhaps week, it has calmed down a little bit, even if there was a shooting 12 hours ago than it was maybe 2 weeks ago, for example. But it's a tough problem. There's always going to be violence, and we kind of do our best to curb it as much as we can. Our law enforcement, I know, dutifully serve the best that they can. We're hiring, or they did hiring. Sorry, they did hiring, and I think they're doing their training for all the folks that they just hired. So maybe we'll see more law enforcement on the street, which might help with that.
Oh, sorry.
But I wish I could give a better answer, but it would be more directed to our law enforcement folks who, unfortunately, are not here.
I'll sit here.
My second question, press secretaries, is the government looking into potentially getting them, just because communication between government departments, I mean, it's been getting better, but I mean, it could be better.
We have one. That's Bex. Hi, Bex.
Hey, yeah, I'm actually happy to say that this is something that I have picked up in addition to my, state representative duties. I'm working as a press secretary, and that includes taking questions from the press, reaching out to the press with updates, ensuring there's communication between the departments. If there's anything in particular you would like to ask me about that, you always have my number. I'm always in the app. Happy to help. I'm really hoping to help build strong pipelines of communication and keep that going. And I think I have seen some progress so far.
Did that answer your questions fine, as best as we could there, Harry? Okay.
Yep.
Do we have any other questions from the public or press in here?
Zormora from CNT.
Hello.
This question goes out to, I guess, any of the doctors. Is there a age requirement to become a doctor in the city?
You need to be 25 years old.
Okay.
You need to be 25 and have a doctorate. Your background, as far as actual experience, does not matter, as long as you have a willingness to learn and become a great doctor. So those are the only two actual requirements: is to have a doctorate and have gotten through a medical program, and to be 25 years old.
Okay.
Do we have any further questions from anybody?
I'll kind of add on to that, though.
Oh, sure. Go ahead. Here, come on up. Stand up right at the podium.
That is the only one that has an age requirement. So every other department, as long as you've gotten through the appropriate training, you qualify to apply.
Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, was that it for you folks? All right, thank you guys for coming out. I really do appreciate it. Have yourselves a wonderful night. Stay safe. If any of you have any sort of side questions for us after, I'm sure we're all available to have a conversation afterwards. So just stick around and approach us. Otherwise, have yourselves a wonderful night. Thank you very much for coming, and make sure to vote. It's going to come up quickly.
Thank you.